it's still, I guess, something bigger than you. It's something that like you can't really wrap your mind completely around because it's something we can't see and we can't really experience, and we weren't there when it happened, so we can't do anything.
Sure.
So why is it that it's okay to apply that type of, I guess, like logic or reasoning to the Big Bang Theory, but not to God and like having higher?
Okay, that's a really good question. So like we can't, you're right, we can't go back in the history of the universe and observe the Big Bang itself. And I think that science is open to giving us information and evidence about unobservable things, like something like that. Well, and you're saying why can't we do that same thing with God?
Kind of, I think what my main point is, like, to an extent we have to like spend logic at the end of the day with like the Big Bang Theory, because we weren't there, we didn't see it happen, and so like a lot of, I guess, atheists would say that we suspend our like logic with God, and I'm just saying that like I guess they're both kind of.
Okay, yeah, okay. I just would say that I guess I would disagree that they're kind of both on the same playing field, because I think let's take you got the Big Bang here and you got God over here. Okay, with the Big Bang you have pieces of scientific evidence that you would support that with, and even though we weren't there, we would say this set of data seem to point to this particular event. So there's evidence there that doesn't give us absolute proof, but we draw an inference. We say, well, based on this, and this, well, it seems like the universe, exploded into existence. Okay. Over here, you have God. Well, you don't have that same evidence.
So you're saying that there's no evidence to prove that God?
There's no scientific evidence, or there's no rational evidence. It seems to me this over here deals with, this is in a different realm. You got science and reason and rationality over here. You have faith over here. What scientific evidence? It's not like we can take some, a piece of God and put them in a beaker and kind of, explore them or anything like that. I mean, how we can't see, taste, touch, smell. We can't sense God with our five senses. So that seems like you don't have those pieces of evidence that I was talking about over here.
Foundation.
Yeah, and so this is why you have faith in God. Yeah. Okay, someone who hasn't. All right, we'll go here and then we'll go back around. Yeah.
Okay. In the Bible, there is, with the Old Testament and the New Testament, they were written thousands of years apart, two different languages. They're inherently different, yet there are very many strong correlations between the two texts. Do you attribute those to just chance? Or is there another?
Explain to me what correlations you're talking about.
I don't know specific ones off the top of my head. I don't know, maybe they can help me. There are many strong correlations between prophecies between the Old Testament.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you could give me some examples of
They said Jesus
prophecy.
would have his hands pierced in the Old Testament, and it was like 400 years before Romans even came up with that, and then Jesus' hands were pierced.
Where does it say that in the Bible?
Oh,
Okay, prove it.
Because, I mean, I guess it seems to me that look, isn't the picture of God in the Old Testament a lot different than the picture of God in the New Testament? I mean, that seems like one of the contradictions.
The Old Testament says God will carry God too. It's not all of it, but
He doesn't seem very caring.
But there's parts, I guess, in it that shows that there is caring.
Yeah, like what?
In last year, in Genesis 2, we discussed how God was BA and God was a caring God. And even though God
What was the thing you said? God was what? In caring?
was BA.
BA?
Badass.
Oh. Wow, you're allowed to use that language in the Christian school.
Not at all.
So God, I mean, okay, this is kind of like a rogue Christianity. God is BA. Okay, maybe I like you Christians. Okay, I'm sorry, I just need a clarification because I thought you said BA, but I didn't. And I thought I know what BA meant, but now I've got clarification.
And then in Genesis 2, it shows how God is caring and stuff, and He never forsake His people in the Old Testament. He gave them they can do sacrifices, I guess. And then He said there was the ultimate sacrifice that would come, and He gave prophecies of what would happen, all this, and then Jesus fulfilled that ultimate sacrifice, fulfilling His promise.
Yeah, but you kind of sugarcoat it, don't you think? I mean, come on, tell me about the bad things that God does.
I mean,
Doesn't he do some bad things?
He doesn't do bad things. He's a jealous God. Like,
Jealousy is a bad thing for humans. Why would it not be bad for God?
well, I mean, like, if you're in a marriage and your wife goes like and talks, you know, to another man, like, oh, you know, fucking whatnot.
You vaporize her. Just like God.
No, you still love her, but like, you don't want.
You're just talking about the concept of jealousy,
Yeah.
that there might be good jealousy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, yeah, you don't have the right to go vaporize her. Right. But you could pray to God that God would vaporize her for you, or something like that. Yeah, but I think just, gosh, we're going to have to look at all of that in the Old Testament and just see, gosh, doesn't he seem like he's a little more angry, a little more ticked off?
well, he's justice. If you don't listen to him, obviously.
He's like a mom.
He's like, if you don't listen
He's
to
like your
me, this is
mom?
what happens.
Father!
Yeah, like your
God.
father.
In Christianity, I mean, you have like the sugar, but if you don't listen to me, or if you don't believe in Jesus, or don't like take in what the Holy Spirit gives you, obviously you're going like, to hell. That's what it says.
So if I don't believe in Jesus, I go to hell.
I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
no,
to.
I appreciate that. You know, and you don't, it doesn't offend me, doesn't hurt my feelings. I think you're actually free to believe that. I just think it's, I mean, to me, that just makes no sense. Like, okay, I
Did it
think...
make sense at one point?
What?
Didn't it make sense to you at one point? Or did you always
Yeah,
question
but
your
when
faith?
that was before, I think I really sought
You
explanations.
can't be happy. Like, you can't make everything there. Like, you can't be like, oh, you don't believe, okay.
Well, we can't just accept
Like the
everything
new
for its face
English-
value. You gotta.
But look, why if, okay, according to your views, I could live 90 years, and I could live a very good moral life. I haven't killed anyone. I don't, swindle people out of their money. I don't, eat babies. I don't do any of those things, right? And but I don't believe in Jesus. I get this one little thing wrong. I don't believe in Jesus. I'm done, right? I'm damned for eternity. But someone who's a murderer and thief and whatever, they believe in Jesus, and boom, they get the free ticket to heaven. How do you explain that one?
I think they're held accountable.
They're held accountable.
Yeah.
Like, in what way?
Not just by like humanity, but by like guilt that they have. Like,
I think we should let her.
Okay. Okay, so the guilt they have holds them accountable. I mean, it's kind of like I take that trade off, maybe. I'll take that guilt if I can go to heaven for the rest of eternity versus, I don't know about the fairness of this.
I think the whole fairness comes in, well, not fairness, okay, if you are living on Earth and, like, first I think that there's a discrepancy, or there's, like, a miscommunication, I guess, that, like, heaven is, like, eternity with God, and hell is, like, eternity without God, and it's, like, the absence of God, that's why it is bad, whereas, like, heaven is, like, good because it has the presence of God. So I think that, like...
So is like the devil going to be in hell and going to be like sticking me with a pitchfork or torturing me or something?
Well, that's the thing.
We don't know.
We don't know. It's possible that the devil could be tortured.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but, so, on Earth, it's not about, like, living a moral life, it's that, like, on Earth, you chose to, like, have a relationship with God, and so because you have a relationship with God on Earth, then, like, in eternity, you're going to have a relationship with God.
Are you saying that so it doesn't really matter what I do morally?
Well, hold on.
Ultimately, as in where it goes, as in, like, where you go after you die, I don't think it does.
So God doesn't care what I do here.
God cares, but it's a result of, like, your relationship with God that your life changes, not your life, or, like, you make your life, like, this moral life.
So I just have to have this relationship with Him. Doesn't matter how I live my life. Doesn't matter really morally what I do. I can have a relationship with Him, talk to Him, or whatever that includes, and I'm okay.
I guess technically, I guess this is what...
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
As a result of a relationship with God, just like, for instance, like as a result with a relationship with my mom, I know what ticks her off, and I know what also makes her happy. So because I love her and I care about her and I have a relationship with her, the way that, like, I kind of live my life and what would, like, disappoint her or, like, make her happy is, like, my life changes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I would, like,
Sure.
the way that I would live my life changes because I want to.
Sure, but say you went through some teenage rebellion. You kind of blew her off a little bit. Would she never accept you again?
No, but it's a result of, like, I guess me being like, oh, like I want a relationship with you. Kind of.
Okay.